Welcome friends to another Dune video. Today we go inside a Guild Heighliner. What is it like there as a passenger? Spoilers for the Winds of Dune and a little of the Dune Encyclopedia. Let's get straight into it. The Guild Heighliner ships, due to their size, were hard to manoeuvre, and with that expensive and hard to build, the Dune Encyclopedia estimates the Guild had no more than 5,000 ships at its height, but once built, they lasted for around 3,500 years, we are told. The Guild was cautious even in warfare, so for example they carried ships during the Firman Jihad, but they would unload outside of contested areas, and no Guild ship is known to have been lost to military action. In other words, they tried to remain neutral and out of things. When a ship was no longer used, they would be left in a cold orbit around a planetless star. The crew of a Heighliner would be around 8. The rest, as the Dune Encyclopedia says, were pilots, shuttle crew, life support technicians, financial and banking staff, cargo manipulators, and so forth. So to reach the Heighliner, you will leave the comfort of your planet and go up to it. In a frigate, you will dock and you can stay locked in there, or go out amongst the populace and the common areas such as the promenade. Now you'd want to leave your shuttle if you are on a long journey with many stopovers and routes. As much as the Guild Highliners can jump from point to point, guided by the Guild Navigator, you have to think of their schedules. They have passengers and goods from Chome and possible urgent messages to carry, and all those would have to be worked out by the Guild per ship. So you might theoretically be able to get somewhere instantly, but this is complicated by those other needs and the needs to go to those other points and drop goods off, drop messages off, etc. I find it likely Chome has a strong influence on the routes, as well as the Carinos, of course, and the more powerful houses. So if you do leave and go to those command decks, there would be restaurants, places to drink and shop. These large open decks would also sell wares from many different planets. Perhaps some of the traders have permanent places to stay within the Heighliner and trade their goods. We are told one of the drinking places was all Plaz, crystal and chrome, crowded with noisy patrons. Arrayed on the wall were coloured liquors, specialities from countless planets. There are a race of people called Waku, who serve as staff on all the Guild Highliners, and we'll come to a bit more on them later. These servers are barely noticed in these drinking areas. They wear dark uniforms in clear tables and deliver drinks to those who want them. And should someone go too far in one of these places, Guild security will be brought in to handle any issues. We see in the Winds of Dune, if someone is killed, they will remove the body and arrest the murderer. I assume there is some level of guarantee of security in these places, as people would not travel under the Guild without that there, and some sort of justice agreement between the Guild and people who may be hurt. For example, if it's an important person from a great house, I can speculate that the Guild will have a deal with them so that the murderer will be handed over to them for justice, perhaps, or perhaps to the Emperor. If there are goods to come on board, they are brought from the planet in containers. From there, once they are dropped off in the hold, you can go through the ship's connecting doors to reach the receiving deck. Perhaps the ship's pilots use this. Then you can join a flow of hundreds of people to the promenades. Within the structure of the Heighliner, there were side passages made especially for employees, where you would not mingle with the customers that had come on board. Those who crew the ships had once backed to the wrong side against a powerful emperor, and so all their planets are being destroyed, but they were saved by the sanctuary granted by the Guild, who now employ them, and they never leave the ships. And then, as you reach your destination, you will be disgorged amongst many smaller vessels from the Heighliner's belly, shuttles, cargo ships, military craft, a routine stop, Guild business as usual. So now, friends, I turn things over to you. What did you think to this definitely rough guide through the belly of the Guild Heighliner? Anything to say? Drop a comment down below.